What is up, you guys? It's your boy MG back at it again with another cut commentary. So I already tried recording for this earlier, but my Elgato crashed, which sucks ass because I went for the entire cut commentary just to realize that my Elgato crashed. So basically what I'm going to talk about today in this video is just injury. But this here's a specific one. It was a near-death experience. Well, it's one of them. The reason why I say one of them is because I've had just so many in the past. You guys have no idea. Reason because I grew up in a very rural area, so there was no cities or anything like that. So I was pretty much always just outside because I didn't really have a lot of technology just to play with. Pretty much that being, I got into like a lot of just scary predicaments pretty much. I went into a lot of situations that were very dangerous and sometimes caused injuries or just near injuries, near death experiences, just all that shit. So this rural area was called Newfoundland. If you guys don't know what Newfoundland is, it's just like a little place in Canada. And I moved here to live with my mom because I used to live with my dad. But pretty much one of my near-death experiences, this kind of happened way back. I was probably like 8 or 9, just around that age. So, but in that area, everybody used to have bikes. Like not pedal bikes, but just quads and three-wheelers and dirt bikes and like snowmobiles, just all those things. And if you didn't have one, then you probably just didn't live there because every single person had one. But I ended up having a lot. Like I had a lot of them, which is very fortunate. So because I've had a lot of them, I used to always have my friends over and we would just bike around and just go to the cabin and bike around, just all those things. So one bike in specific, it was just like a little yellow three-wheeler. Now this yellow three-wheeler, it was really just awesome and great and I loved it up until it broke. And what I mean by broke, pretty much the seat used to always fall off and the throttle used to always stick. And if you guys don't know what the throttle on just like a three-wheeler is, it's basically just a little kind of button almost and you just push it in pretty much. It's just like a little stick and you gotta push it inward. And whenever you push it in, the more you push it in, the faster it goes. There was something wrong with it that used to always cause just like the stick, so say if you were just going fast, it would stick in place, and the only way to be able to slow down is you kind of got to grab it and pull it back. But the only like really bad thing about that is that sometimes you would panic. Oh, I hit Margaret. Only thing bad about that is that sometimes you would kind of panic, and whenever you do panic, you don't really think about pulling it outward. You kind of just grab on, and whenever you grab on, you kind of just push it in more, and it goes even faster. Which is the same thing that happened to me. So we had a cabin that was somewhat far from our house. It wasn't too far, it was just like about 10 or 20 minutes from our house. But we used to always go out there on the weekends or just on any holidays. We'd always go out there just as much as we can because it was just so fun. Basically to get to this cabin, we used to just drive down, like just drive to it, and then you'd have to turn off onto this path. There was a fairly long path to it. It was at least like a 2-minute drive down it in a car. Usually we'd always do it in a truck though because it was fairly bumpy and it could scratch up a car easily. So again, whenever we went down, we used to just take the bikes and everything and just put it in the back of the truck and drive them down there so we could drive them around while we got there. Because if you're not allowed to drive them on the roads to get there, I mean, you could take shortcuts and drive like along the edges of the roads, but it's still just not that good because it's not very safe. So this yellow bike, I did love it until all that stuff started happening and I just began to like just not like it. It wasn't just the throttle part, but I guess it was still too small for me, so it just felt really weird just the way I was sitting and I couldn't turn it right. It used to just always tip and things like that. So I wasn't really a fan of it and I just did not really want to drive it. So when we were out there, my friends and just like my brother and stuff were always driving around, but I was kind of stuck inside because I did not like the bike and I just didn't want to drive it. But because I was inside, my dad got like kind of mad and just didn't want me to be inside, so he kind of just forced me to go out on it. And my friends also did too because they wanted to hang out. So also the path to basically to get to my cabin, whenever we used to drive on our bikes, we just go up the path, up to where almost where the road is, we turn around and go down the path, way down to where there's this open meadow kind of. And we just keep like going back and forth through there. So while I was going up the path, one of the scariest things happened, the throttle ended up sticking. The throttle stuck in one of the worst places it could too, because it kind of stuck on a really sharp turn next to the cliff. This ended up causing me to just pretty much go flying almost off the cliff. And I couldn't slow down because I was panicking, so I was pretty much just squeezing it even more and I could not let go. As much as I tried, I couldn't. So the reason why I didn't fly off the cliff is just because there was a tree there, which is just amazing. So along this trail, since we are at a cabin out in the woods, there's lots of trees just along the trail, like just on the sides. Aw, come on. So yeah, because of this tree, I kind of like swerved and I flew off going full speed, but thank God I hit the tree. If it wasn't for that tree being there, I would have flew off this cliff, and this was not a small cliff. Like it was pretty high, especially for my age. So yeah, I was just pretty much just really scared because I just wasn't prepared for it. So after I hit the tree, nothing really bad happened. I got just like a few bruises and like a cut on my knee, just not too bad. So what I did, I pretty much just took the bike and I got it back up over like the hill because it kind of went over the hill like a little bit, but it wasn't far because the tree stopped it. So I kind of just put it back over the hill and drove it back to the cabin. I did not want to tell my dad because I didn't want to tell him that I pretty much crashed the bike, because he used to always tell us to go slow no matter what, and I used to like going fast. But you know, obviously he found out because the headlight was kind of hanging and I was kind of hurt, so yeah. He wasn't really that mad because he did understand, because it was just because of the throttle and it wasn't because of just me recklessly driving. Pretty much I never really drove the bike again. We ended up just pretty much building it into something else. Because my dad used to always just build things. He was really good with building just different things and turning other things into other things. But I'll save that for like a different video. And again, this is only just one of my near-death experiences that I've had. And trust me, I've had just so many. This story just kind of being just one of the minor ones pretty much. But trust me, I've had so much worse. So before I end this video, I just want to know if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, just these cut commentaries, just explaining stories that happened in my life, just crazy things. Because I have so many stories, I could just go on forever just telling these. But yeah, these videos are just really fun to make because I just like sharing stories with you guys. Oh, shot way too high there. If this shot ever hits, I swear to God. Alright guys, that has been the video. If you guys do enjoy these, please be sure to drop a like. I fucking love doing these. I just like sharing my stories with you guys. If you guys want to see more or want to see some different videos like trick shot versus just shit like that, leave it in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them all out. I'll respond to all of you guys. But hey guys, it's been MG, and I'm out. Peace.